Hello, this is Janet. Long time. This is Janet. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, I almost not came here, but I've done so much today. You can't believe. Okay, I woke up at 8 and I've achieved a lot. So I'm so happy to come here. I know you haven't seen me. Many of you are asking, where are you, Janet? Where are you, Janet? Well, I'm here. I never stop to come. Okay, this is Janet, Group 5. Group 5. This is Janet. Welcome. The embassy is the topic today. Without the embassy, you have no chance. So this is a video for anyone who wants to cross over. So this is not group 5. Okay, this is for anyone that wants to come to America, and in fact Canada, because this is just the same thing. The same principles apply to everyone. I hope you had a good week. I had a challenging week, but I'm here. I'm doing so well. Okay, and thank you for asking. I'm doing okay. All right, I'm doing very well. I didn't post anything during the week. That is because I was busy and I was not in the mood. But now I'm back. Okay, I love you back, everyone coming. So we are going to tackle group 5. Remember the last video I said I'll do group 5, and I thought that group 5 was conferences, but actually group 5 is the embassy. Okay, so today we are going to deal with the embassy. For those who follow Janet for a long time, we call this the big elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room is the embassy. We cannot cross over. We cannot take the plane. We cannot show up at the airport without the embassy. So thank you so much. All right. If I don't say hello, I love you. Thank you so much for always showing up. I'll go straight to the questions. These are many questions. And thank you for group 5, the group leaders that put together the questions. I highly appreciate. I almost skipped group 5 because I went to the group. I said, I don't see any questions. So sorry, I have to move to the next group. They were very quick. Thank you so much for your leadership. Quickly, that person came and posted it immediately and said, here are the questions. Okay, all right, so I have all the questions. I hope to cover all of them today if the video is not too long. If I don't, of course, I'll make a part 2. Okay, thank you. I love you back. Keep sharing and keep using your buttons. Are you single? No, I'm not single. Okay, look at my fingers. I am not. I need to update my Facebook page. I am not single. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for asking. Question number 1. With this pandemic, is it advisable to apply for a visiting visa? Will the embassy accept sponsorship letter from my company to support my visa application? First of all, yes, it's still the pandemic, but the people are getting vaccines. People are getting vaccines, my friends, okay? All right, people are getting vaccines. The pandemic is here, but the embassies are open. So don't ask about the pandemic. The question should be, is the embassy close to me open? Can I book an appointment with the embassy? Okay, and yes, they will accept an invitation from the United States so long as it's legit. Okay, have I answered your question? With this pandemic, is it advisable to apply for a visiting visa? I don't see why not. Okay, in Canada, probably tricky, but in America, people are coming, of course, depending on which country. If your country is blocked, you can't come in. But if the embassy gives you a visa, I don't see why not. Like, life goes on. We are not going backwards. We are not going backwards. We are going forwards. Okay, we are going forwards. From now on, we are going forwards. All right. So me, I have a vaccine. I hope you plan to get yours too. Okay. All right. So yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Question number 2. How can I get an invitation letter if I don't have connections in the States? Good question. This I get all the time. In fact, when I started doing these videos, before people understood what I do, they used to think I can just come and start giving people letters, come to America, come to America. No, it doesn't work that way. I understand some of you have relatives. Like now, graduation season is around the corner. My son is going to graduate. Colleges are graduating students. This is the best time to come for graduation if you have a family member, okay? Or if you have a friend who will invite you. Graduation is a good one. Weddings are here, okay? Visiting, you say visiting visa? Invitation letter, yeah, it can be for, any function in the United States. It can be business. It can be tourism. But if you've never watched my video regarding embassy, not embassy, conferences, go and watch my video about conferences, okay? That video explains very well for those who don't have relatives, for those who don't have family, okay? As you always know, me, I had a family, no, a friend. He applied for conference in construction. He watched my video on conferences. He was doing construction. He went and applied. They invited him for a construction conference in Las Vegas. And in 6 weeks, he was here. Okay? So think, what do you have in your pocket? Okay? Do you have catering? Look for a catering conference. Okay? Are you a teacher? Look for a teaching conference. And of course, you can look for motels. Motels are cheaper than hotels. Okay? $50 per night. $80 per night. You can finance yourself through 6 weeks and show a bank statement that shows that. But of course, know why you're coming. Me, I'm just here to tell you, I'm answering your questions. Of course, if you come here, you better know where you're going. Like, don't just show up. You better have a plan of you want to come and what next. Okay? So invitation letters can come from family, friends. But if you don't have that, I've seen people who have used conferences to come. And I mean, their intent is to come for the conference and improve their skills. Their goal is just not to come and show up. And then what next? Okay? And then, so by the way, go to janetrangi.com, go on YouTube, watch the conference video. You will see all invitations will be there, okay? All right. Did I answer your question? Okay, Jen is right there. Who else? Agnes is tuned in. Oh, I hope I'm answering your questions. If you think I'm not answering your questions right, please leave in the comments. I'll go back and see where I missed, okay? I'll try and be very comprehensive, okay? Number three. Which criteria is used in the selection of green card lottery? And how can I get employed in the United States or Canada without using an agency? So part one, which criteria is used for green card lottery? High school, okay? You have to be over 18 years, I believe. And then you have to have high school diploma, all right? That's it. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. You just apply they post every October, November, and if you follow Janet, every October, November, I bring the link for the application to Green Card Lottery. I know some of you are in the groups, you're very excited. Next month, we are going to see the results for the Green Card winners. Stay tuned, but you know very well, Janet always says, do not put your eggs in one basket. If you apply for lottery, very few people win. Of course, go and start working on your student visa. Okay, but good luck so long as you have high school. And then the green card lottery, they will explain everything you need. Of course, 4x4 photographs, the requirements, they will state to you exactly what they need. In terms of the job, they will explain everything you need. Okay, you don't need to know anyone, and it's completely free. So all you need is just to show up October, November. The State Department will always announce when the green card lottery is ready for application. So the criteria is that simple. Unless you're asking other ways of getting green cards, again, you answered my dear, I love it. Thank you so much. Unless you're asking about these other kinds of visas, you can go to janetrangi.com or YouTube and find the how to get green cards, because I go into the details of how to get a green card. But you ask specifically the criteria for lottery, and I don't see any except having a high school diploma. And having these days, you need a passport. So you better, by the way, anyone following Janet Rangi, they have to have a passport. You have to have a passport in your pocket, okay? If you're following Janet Rangi, you better have a passport in your pocket, okay? All right. Moving on. I know you're saying I answered your question. Thank you. Number four, all right? I've been accepted in aviation institution for 8 weeks course. Visa, no. I have been accepted in aviation, guys. I'm struggling. I wish I forgot to come with my glasses. But I'll power through, okay? I've been accepted in aviation for 8 weeks course. Visa type M1. Valid for 1 year. Can I apply for change of status after my program from M1 to F1? If I'm accepted in a community college during my 1 year grace period? Very good question. Very, very good. For those who don't know what M1 visa is, M1 visa is a kind of student visa, but it's vocational. For technical courses like cooking, okay, flight, like what this person said, aviation, things like, what else? Crocheting, all these things that are in community colleges that you need a skill for 6 months. Or for 1 year, it's an associate's degree, but they don't give you credit. So you need to know the difference between M1 and F1. So what this person is saying, they have M1 and they are wondering if they can go to F1. Keep following Janet Rangi, you'll know the difference. F1, of course, has the most benefits, in my opinion, unless you get a green card. Now, the law says you cannot change. So if I were you, make a decision before you leave. Just come on F1 once and for all. Okay, they can be waivers, but they say unless they gave you M1 by accident, meaning you got admission, an I-20, you showed a bank statement, you met all the requirements for international students, and they still gave you M1, they can fix that. But if you came with the intent of M1, they can't change it to student. That is from my research. Okay, of course, I'm not an expert. I just do my research and the things I know. All right, but if they give you M1, yes, you can come and work part-time on campus. You cannot work full-time off campus. Okay, and you cannot get credit. Like they'll not go and credit you, okay, baking A or B. They'll not grade you, like give you credit or a transcript that they'll just give you a certificate once you're done. That's why it's called vocational. So there are no credits. That's the difference between M1 and F1 student. Thank you. That was a good question, okay? So think twice before you leave. What's your goal of coming? Okay, so if your goal is to continue into a master's program, into a PhD, you will not continue with M1. M1, you are not allowed to continue. You know, you followed me for a long time. Thank you, I see all of you. If you've watched me for a long time, F1, you know, you can always improve on what you have. Okay, if you have a degree, you can go to a master's. Okay, so if you come on associates, you can apply for a bachelor's degree, and the immigration will extend your papers. But with M1, you cannot. So make that decision before you leave. Did I answer your question? Very good question. Okay, thank you so much for coming. So come, 8 weeks aviation course, and then from there, unless you meet marriage or some other ways of staying, you know, I don't think, you know, changing to student F1 is it's not an option. Number five, which bank in the United States that is cost-friendly for someone with M1 or F1 visa to open an account? Not this institution is in Texas, USA. So I don't know what you mean by cost-friendly. Cost-friendly, do you mean like interest rates? Or, you know, sometimes for you to start an account, you need some money. Maybe you need $500 or $2,000 to open an account. I'm not an expert in that. You just have to shop. But generally, what I can tell you, community banks are more friendly. They are cheaper. Okay, they are more easy to access. And every city, if you look around, you'll always find a community bank. Community bank is owned by, you know, shareholders, I think, in the community. So it's not a big, huge name out there, okay? So I will start with community banks. If you're in school, the school will always recommend what they use, what most students use. So just look for your resources. But I can't tell you which one is cost effective, okay? Because that's just too much information. There's no way of me going around and knowing, okay, Bank of America this, Chase this, you know, Wells Fargo that. No. But all I know generally, community banks are good. Probably they have less interest rates and probably they have less penalties, okay? All right, thank you. I hope I answered your question number 5. Number six. Okay, I'll keep looking if I can see any questions. Number 6. I had an invitation letter from USA, booked appointment in February, but an email came in saying the interview was cancelled till the interview. No. All right, let me start all over again. As I told you, Janet is getting older. I don't have my glasses. I forgot, all right? I had an invitation letter from USA, booked appointment in February, but an email came saying the interview was cancelled till further notice. I get that. Okay, I took a risk and booked another appointment, which is in October. Okay, to me, that is not a risk. You did the right thing. Which risk is there? All right? Okay, don't take things too seriously. You didn't take a risk. Okay, I mean, they postponed. You didn't do anything wrong or to book. And look, I think they gave it to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I took a risk and booked another appointment, which is in October. Is the first letter valid or ask for another invitation? Okay, good question. Well, I mean, it depends on why you're coming. What is the reason for coming? What was the reason for invitation? I mean, if the wedding is done, then you better find another reason to come, right? If it's graduation and graduation has not happened, then you use the same letter. Okay, just look at why. I mean, if it was a conference and it already passed, okay, or the information in the letter has already passed, they better update it. So just look at why you're coming. And is that function still active? That's how I would approach. What do you think? I think that's what should happen. Okay, So, I mean, you go in October, you better have a letter that is up to date. So if it is a wedding, that wedding had better be active. Okay? If it's a function like a conference, it had better be active. If it's a business, meeting, it had better be active. Okay? So that's it. That's it. All right? So, that's what I will do. But if you want that relative or whoever to give you a letter that is more currently, again, you have nothing to lose. Like if the letter was written in December and you wanted to read May or June, you have nothing to lose. Me, I always say, what do you have to lose? But the function is what they will be looking at. Why are you coming to America? Okay? And since you didn't show up in February, what has happened since then? Okay? All right, moving on. I got denied a visa. This is very important because we know very many people that follow Janet Rangi that had been denied visas. Okay? I got denied a visa last year in December. I even had a scholarship. But the visa officer told me my statement wasn't sufficient statement for my official immediate family member who is a sister, who lives in USA and is a citizen since 2009. Could that be the reason I was denied? Is it wrong to use a statement from an immediate family member already in the USA plus a United States citizen? Good question. I mean, you guys are just hitting the questions correct. Correct. Someone says, hey, Janet, mad love. Okay, love you back. Okay, so you are denied a visa. First of all, sorry, but we are not giving up. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up. If there's anyone that knows how to stand up, my friends, it's Janet. Okay, Janet, you hit her this way, she works this way. Okay, I really know how to fall. But let me tell you one thing that makes me successful in life. It's not because I fall. It's because I know exactly how to stand. Do you understand, my friends? When life hits you this way, you come this way, you have with that, like always on the move. Do not accept defeat in life, my friends, okay? So if they denied you, first of all, I'm happy that you're coming back to ask, okay? You are not giving up. So you are denied in December. Now you had a scholarship, and I hear people, but I have a scholarship, my chances are higher. Yes, your chances should be higher because you're already proving that you have sufficient resources. But you say the reason they denied you was because you did not have sufficient statement from our official immediate family member, who is our sister. Now, I don't know this because personally, I think like a sister is close enough, but the closest relative, honestly, is usually a spouse or a parent. I'll be honest with you, okay? I'm not saying that's why they denied you. I feel like a sister in America is not an immediate relative, by the way. If you want to know how, when you apply for, you petition for a green card, let's say I'm a US citizen. The people I can petition for them, they call them immediate family members. Who are these immediate, according to the immigration? Let me define for you immediate family members, okay? Your father, your mother, your husband, your wife, children, unmarried, under 21, okay? So if I was to go by that definition, the bank statement should have come from your mom, your dad, or your spouse. The strongest, of course, your spouse, because those are your own spouse, just is you. Those are your family funds, right? So remember, and by the way, you are just the one who is telling me that they told you that, because these are your words. I even had a scholarship, but the visa officer told me my statement wasn't sufficient statement from my official immediate family member who is a sister. So I don't know, you're saying that's what they told you. But again, you go ahead and ask me, could it be the reason why I was denied? So I'm kind of confused. Now, to answer your question, there are many reasons why they can deny you. It's not just whoever is sponsoring you. Okay, they look at the big picture. Who is this person showing up? Okay, how are they doing in life? Like, do they have a good job? Do they have good family ties? Do they demonstrate that they will go back at home after their visit? Okay, but the question, could that be the reason I was denied? Is it wrong to use the statement from immediate family member already in the USA? That is a question I've always received. Let's say your immediate family is your spouse and they're in America. I think you should, because those are like your fans. You are married, right? Now, me, I always prefer a statement from home because it just shows that you're doing well and you are not coming to America because you're desperate. That would be my opinion. No one knows the answer. Although Janet is saying decoding the embassy, I can decode all I want, but the information you're giving me. So if I was to go back, I'll use my dad, mom, or my own funds. Should they be in USA or from home? If you can have a statement from home, I just feel like it spells confidence. I mean, in the official saying you're coming from you're already doing well. But again, they prefer you having, I mean, sometimes these social support systems are very important. So that's a very difficult question, honestly. Me, when I don't know an answer, I'm always honest. It's a little bit confusing. Because I've seen people that have gone to the embassy, and by the way, sometimes they don't even ask those bank statements. I think they have to, they look at you, they're like, okay, I think we need more information. Then they ask for a bank statement. I've seen many people who have gone to the embassy, no one asked about the bank statement. If they went for a student visa, they just asked the DS-160, the application fees, and the passport and all that. So it just depends on how the overall picture you presented. So if you had a personal appointment with me, I could have asked more questions to get into the details of this question. Okay, but for me, my preference, if you want my answer, I'd rather get a bank statement from home, preferably from an immediate family member, preferably in my own name, that shows the embassy that I'm doing well already. So just my ties at home, I'm already doing well. Okay? Thank you so much. And I'll still come back if I find more answers. I'm not happy how I answered that question. But if I have more information, of course, keep following Janet Rangi, okay? All right. And by the way, the good news, I always receive comments later on. And then someone will say, Janet, I heard you say this, but you know what? Me, they accepted my statement from home. Or me, they accepted my statement from America. I always get that information, and if that happens, I will update you, okay? So thank you so much for that question. It was a good question, but challenging. Number seven, I had a scholarship from a university in Alabama. Wow, this group, I'm telling you, that the reason I like the embassy, these people are already, the ball is in the, I mean, they're almost there, okay? The dream is here. The dream is right in the balance. Okay, this group here, they already, you know, they are doing well already. I had a scholarship from a university in Alabama. I have since gotten admission to another school in North Carolina with a scholarship too. How lucky is this person? Can you share with us why you're getting many scholarships like this? Does unskilled labor in Canada worth a good deal? What do you mean? Okay, do you want to Canada and get a job? Yeah, if you need a job, you need a job. So this person got a scholarship from a university in Alabama and also got a scholarship in another school in North Carolina. Okay, this time round, they gave him, and I'm opting to take the school in North Carolina this round. It means last time you took Alabama, did they deny you a visa or something, right? Given that I was initially going to go to a university in Alabama, for which I was denied, does choosing to go to another school in a different state and trying the second time affect my chances of approval the second time? Now I get your question. So this person, first of all, had a scholarship and admission in Alabama, went to the embassy, denied, now went to another school, North Carolina, different state, and now has what? Again, a scholarship. And the question is, will the chances of denial go up? No, I mean, that should not be the reason. We need to know why they deny you the first time. Because you had a scholarship. Okay? You had a scholarship. So we need to know why. I don't see why, you know, and this is why I do personal appointments, because, okay, this is not a disqualification. This is not a disqualification. You can choose today to go to this university, next year you go to another university. That will be my simple answer. Okay, you have nothing to lose. How about that? You have nothing to lose. You have an I-20, you have a scholarship, show up. You have nothing to lose, my friend. Okay, you have nothing to lose. So it will not affect your chances, in my opinion. You will be denied based on other factors, not because you chose a different school. So people have been lying to us that these groups, you can use anyone. Well, there is no definite answer. Sometimes people have even told me let me tell you my personal example. That a scholarship does not come from an immediate family. That is from the school, right? Me, when I came here, I got a sponsor who wrote a letter that they are going to pay for my fees. And they were not my relatives. This was someone who brought me to America knowing very well that I did nursing, but I went to school. That's why I'm just telling you that this is a very tricky answer. So, you know, that question, someone made a comment there. It's a tricky comment, okay? Go and fix that comment. I don't think anyone is lying. It's a discussion in your group. I don't know what they told you in the group. I don't know if they were lying, okay? Lying is a strong word. I think they were discussing to see. Just discuss and see the best way, okay? I had to fix that comment, okay? But thank you for that comment, because someone said, so people are lying in the groups that you can use anyone else apart from immediate family. There's no clear-cut answer. Many people come to America with scholarships from school, scholarships from sponsors, scholarship from family members, not scholarship, but sponsorship from family members, and of course from the banks at home. And loans. You can also get a loan and show that you've been given a loan, okay? So, there's no one answer to that question, but thank you so much for that comment. I thought I had to fix that before it goes in the group, okay? All right. Again, here, I don't think you going to a different school should affect you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, number 8, I got admission in the USA university, and I also applied for a green card, but didn't win, okay? I hear you. I have a first cousin who is a citizen there by birth. Will having applied for a green card and failed and have a blood relative there make my visa approval chances low, and what will be the best possible way to answer the questions on my relative and my attempt at a green card application? Number 1, you have an admission. That's all. That's all. Okay? Number 2, speak your truth. That's it. Let me tell you, my family members, they are here. My sister, I applied for her a green card. She did not come on a green card. She came on F2. The husband came F1 and brought her and the children on F2. Perfect example. Did the fact that she applied for a green card affect her? No. But did she say the truth at the embassy? Yes. This is why they deny you. Lying. If you've been watching Janet Rangi for a long time, to me, I believe is saying the truth, looking in the eyes, and having a consistent record. And not playing tricks. They know you, my friend. The servers are too big. They have all the information they need. So you can try and have white lies and you can escape that, but they can catch your lies. Okay? Keep that in mind. They can catch your lies. They can catch your lies. So keep that in mind. Okay? If I were you, you got an admission, go on your own merits. Be confident. Show up. Okay? Do you have relatives in the United States? Yes. List them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Truth. Because if you don't say the truth, one day you come here and you want to become a citizen, or now you're applying for a green card, and that information contradicts. How will you get a green card? America, there is no shortcuts. You just have to be honest, because your record will be your record for life. Wherever you take to that embassy, whoever your relatives you mentioned on the list, they enter the server. And when they do a background check on you, those things will show up. You cannot lie the computers. They are too smart, my friends, okay? So if your cousin never filled your name, I don't know if they filled your name, but if they did, you are not gonna, you do your part. But personally, when I went to the embassy, no one was asking me about a cousin. So I don't know why you're concerned about a cousin. A cousin is not even an immediate family member. When I was filling my DS-160, they only cared about my mother, my father, if they're alive or dead, if they are married or not. They asked me about my brothers, sisters, their date of birth, and myself and my family and my marital status and my children. No one was going to ask me about cousins and uncles and what. But verbally, if they ask you, and again, don't say things they didn't ask you, but if they ask you, do you have any relatives in America? You say, not any immediate, but I have a cousin. I mean, that will be your truth, right? But I don't know why that will worry you, okay? I'm just answering your question. You got an admission in USA, focus on the I-20, focus on the bank statement, focus on paying those fees, booking an appointment, doing a good job filling the DS-160. Those are the things that should be worrying you, okay? When it comes to your family and relatives, speak your truth. Whatever you say. But there are some people, their papers are so clean, they even have a scholarship, everything is right. But as soon as the embassy asks one question, where's your mother? No, she's not in America. They deny you because their servers have shown them your mom is there. And you know what the penalty of lying to the government is? The American government. They ban you for life. They will never give you a visa again. Now, if you're in America and you marry a United States citizen, a lawyer can go and fight for you. And they clean your lies. And you know what the lawyer will say? I'm not a lawyer, but I'm assuming this is what they'll say. You are under the influence of alcohol and you made those statements, or you have a psychiatric disorder, or you have a learning disorder, and the doctor has written a letter and the lawyer goes and presents to the judge, yes, we agree this was a lie, but she was not in her right mind. That's the only way you can get out of lies with the American government. Understand those basics, my friends. People who understand these things do very well. Okay? This is not a country of shortcuts. This is a country of the law. Okay? Are you learning something from Janet? I'm just telling you that's how it works. And as I told you, even I gave you the example of my sister. I applied. By the way, my sister is not an immediate family according to the law. But they say my sibling, I applied for her green card, which can take even 10 years. She's still on the line. I applied for my brothers because they were more than 21 years and they were married. So they were not immediate and married. So I could not file for them immediately, but they're on the line waiting. My brother has come on a visiting visa. They've never denied him. In fact, 2 brothers have come. They've never denied them. Okay? I have a sister who I applied for a green card in the record, and the husband brought her on F2. The husband came on F1. They are now on H1B visa. But from the first day I went to the embassy, I mentioned their names. And every relative that goes after that says the same thing. And it's very impressive. Because when the embassy opens, they just see the same names, same information. Like you just have credibility. They trust you. Like you're not mixing issues. You're not making anyone angry. I'm just telling you how it works. Like when people are tired and then they see lies, like, okay, so you say this and you say that, and this is what is showing up. Go away. I can't deal with this. Don't make things like that, okay? But I love your question. You got admission in USA. Congratulations. Okay, focus on the things I said, okay? First cousin who is a citizen there by birth. If they ask you by, and if there's any relatives you can mention. But if they are specific brothers, usually they say brother, sister, uncle. So answer what they ask. Do not volunteer what they did not ask, okay? But if you have to volunteer, say the truth. And anything you tell the embassy, be ready to back it up. My sister is sponsoring me. Be ready with a letter saying she's sponsoring you. Like always have backup. Okay? I bank with chess. You better have a statement in case. Like just think like that. If I say this, what if they ask me a follow-up question? Okay? Can I be able to answer? Good questions. I love you so much for coming. I see. Keep liking, keep sharing. I love the red buttons, blue buttons, very interactive, yellow buttons, okay? So, this group, you had very long questions. I don't know if my followers will be patient enough to remain here. I'll try and keep it brief. I have been accepted into a community college to study nursing right now. I'm waiting for the I-20 form. I have a bachelor's degree in education. How do I convince the embassy that I'll get a visa? And that's a tricky question, but it's possible. I guess you will have to explain to them that you have a passion in nursing. Because they might want, you have a bachelor's, why are you going to community college? That's a tricky question, I'll be honest. Can they deny you? Maybe not. It's up to you. Take your time. If you want to change your major, change to education and come on a master's in education. But if you really want to go and try your luck, go. And if they say, but you have a bachelor's in education, why going backwards in nursing? You can come, not come up with a story, but you'll be surprised why people get visas. They have stories. If you've watched me for a long time, I always say stories are the best. Okay? You can say a story. Okay? You say a story that, I have people that have come here because they had a personal story. Because their mother died with cancer and they saw the nurses helping. And since then, they've always been nurses. They wanted to be nurses, but they never got a chance back home to admission. Okay? You had an uncle who had prostate cancer. Okay? Or you had an uncle who died in a road accident, but before he died, he was admitted in the hospital for so many years and doing rehabilitation. And the closest people that brought hope to you were nurses. And you always say if you grow up, you want to be a nurse or something. Okay? I mean, you just have to go in there with a story. But it's tricky. It's up to you. How far with the same school can you tell them to change to a master's in education so you look like you're having a continuation? Okay? In other words, you can always say, okay, I could have done nursing here, but the criteria for acceptance is very strict. They can only take so many nurses, so I ended up in education and hoped that one day I can end up in nursing because nursing is my passion. So you wanting me to tell you how to convince them, that's how I'll convince them. Nursing was your initial passion, but you just never had a chance to get into nursing. America has given you a second chance. okay? And you have a story behind that, okay? All right, number 10. I got an admission at a community college for a medical course in applied science, which is not related to my undergraduate degree. This is another one, same thing. Unfortunately, my visa was denied twice in a span of a month. Okay, so this is not looking good. Pay attention, guys, because many of you will be affected here. I think this is a very good question because I have so many people that get denied a visa, okay? All right, I got an admission in a community college for a medical course in applied science, which is not related to my undergraduate degree. That was the first question mark. Okay, you had to defend yourself. I mean, you had a bigger mountain to climb because now you're changing careers. You did not make your life straightforward, okay? But community colleges, we like them because they're cheaper, okay? But try and keep the same profession or something. But they're always cheaper. And by there, I've seen people who've changed professions and got. So there's no one answer. There's no one answer fit all. Okay, I got admission at a community college for a medical course in applied science, which was not related to my undergraduate degree. Unfortunately, my visa was denied twice in a span of a month. First of all, you went back too quick. It shows desperation, okay? I wouldn't have gone back. I would have given myself a chance. Kindly advise on the best way I can increase my chances, which is the title of this video today. My chances in getting my F1 visa approved because I want to apply for a master's degree now. Good. I think you should. Okay? You have undergraduate, apply for a master's. And I'll explain why. Secondly, can I apply for B1, B2 visa and get it approved under the current circumstances? How long should I wait to apply for another visa? I will appreciate your prompt response. Mercy. Thank you so much, Mercy. Yeah, you said your name. I didn't want to mention, but you are the one who gave me permission. So first of all, they can see, so I see confusion. Okay? I see desperation. And you never want to show that. Just within a month, you're back. Meaning you didn't trust their decision. You are not happy with their decision. You should have waited a little bit longer. In my world, around 3 to 6 months. Okay? And by the way, this is what I've read. They cannot stop you from going there. Fees are non-refundable. So if you're willing to pay your fees again, they have no problem. They deny you today. If there's an opening the next day you apply, you will show up. They will still serve you. Okay? Another thing, you don't change. Like, why now visiting is even worse? Student visa is the best. So let me answer that part. Should I apply for B1, B2 visa? No. I mean, stick with education. Education, you have a stronger chance. But this time, go for masters. Okay? Me, I think you should do that. Do you know why now? I told you I'll explain why. Anytime they deny you a visa, think like them. What has changed? Because it sounds rude for you. If I tell you no and you come the next time, it means you didn't hear my no. Or you don't trust that I know my job. Okay? But if I come back to you in 3 months or 6 months, explain to the embassy what has changed. Honestly, the first time I went and thought about this applied science, I don't think it's the best decision. After consulting with my wife or husband or my family members, no, I think it's better for me to continue with my education, improve on what I already have. And this time, I think, this time I'm going for a master's degree. Because I already have a bachelor's degree, I'll go into a master's degree program this time. That is what you do. Okay? That is what... So, what is the material difference? I always tell people when you go back, are you now married? Are you now a student? When you went there, you are not a student. You are jobless. Now, maybe you are a student in college. Maybe now you have a job. Maybe now your salary has increased. Maybe now you are married. Now maybe you have children. Now maybe you've traveled to Addis Ababa or Dubai or South Africa or India or Germany or somewhere. Your passport is showing some new passports. Like, they should, if they ask you, so we saw you, looks like you were here 3 months ago. Oh yes, I see why I missed the visa, but this time, I'm going to school. I have a good job. My plan is to come back and work for my employer. Yeah, that last time, I wasn't a student yet, but my parents have found money to take me back to school. And so I'm going for a visiting visa, but I'll be back because I'm going to school. You see, like you have a reason to, those are the ties. When they say family ties or, social ties, financial, some of you crack your head. No. What has changed? Simple, okay? So that is to answer the question. Did I make sense? Thank you. I see your buttons. Okay, I know you're actively listening, and I hope no one is dozing off in my class. People don't doze in Rangi class. You are the ones that gave me questions. If I was to do my own video, I'm usually very entertaining. Okay, but when you give me classwork, I'll present classwork. All right, I'm just answering your questions. Number 11. I have embassy appointment in May for a visiting visa B1, but had applied last year in May. Although it was postponed 4 times due to COVID, my worry is it might be postponed again. How can I change to F1 before embassy appointment? Okay, good question. The whole world has been affected. They postponed 4 times. That is not your problem. It's the pandemic. So don't panic. Worry about things that are within your control. So what is the worry? I don't see why I should be worried. It was 4 times. It was them. It was the pandemic. Okay. So Tyra says we are not dozing. Tyra Otieno, thank you so much for letting me know you are not dozing. You're paying attention. Thank you so much. Okay. So you have an appointment. It was changed 4 times because of the pandemic. It had nothing to do with you. Relax. Relax. Okay. My worry, it will be postponed. If it's postponed, it's postponed, my friend. It's you have no control. So what? There's nothing you can do about that. And how can I change to F1 before my embassy appointment? Too late. Because this is April, right? I would say then you cancel the May appointment and come as a student in September or January next year, if that's what you want. I mean, you're confused between B1 and student visa. If it's B1, go in May. If you want F1, it's too late because they have to do credential evaluation. You have to send them transcript. You have to show them bank statements. Before they release I-20, it's another 2-3 months down the road. Well, some schools can be that fast. Okay, let me answer this way. Can you get a school to give you an I-20 within 1 month? If the answer is yes, do that. Okay, how can I change to F1 before my embassy appointment? Get a school real quick. Produce an I-20 before your appointment. Ask the school what they need. They'll produce an I-20. That is just the simplest. Okay? And that one, I'm sure I've answered your question. Decide what you want. If you want student visa, decide and work with time. Okay? Time is not on your side. Unless you're willing to postpone and cancel this appointment. Canceling the appointment is nothing wrong. They're not doing anything wrong by canceling an appointment. Okay? What will be, so long as you let them know. Will it be a problem if you already got a study visa approved of a different country like UK or Ireland and changed your mind to apply for USA visa instead? No. Every human being has a choice. You choose the country you want. And first of all, how will they know you have a visa they will see it in the passport. Okay? And so in this case, the answer is, what do you have to lose? The American embassy cannot cancel your your visa to Ireland. They can deny you theirs. In that case, go to Ireland. They can deny you yours. In that case, go to UK. Because you already have a visa. I'm assuming from what you're telling me. Okay? But having visas in your passport is just a good indication that you are well traveled. I think so. Why would someone deny you? You just changed your mind. You want to go to America. And by the way, these are Janet Rangi opinions. When Janet is saying opinions, I mean opinions. Okay? So thank you so much. Number 13. My spouse moved to the US 4 years and petitioned for me and the kids, but works with the United Nations and travels around the world. We have an email from NVC Center to schedule within 120 days. Will this traveling of his 5 months at a time affect us? No. So this person, I'm assuming, the husband or wife, whoever is, the spouse, is an American citizen, has petitioned for you for a green card. Those who don't know an NVC Center, NVC Center is what the immigration uses when they approve your visas. They send to NVC Center. NVC Center throws all those visas to different countries in different embassies. That's how they tell you, come have an interview. NVC Center is central. It's the one that distributes visas. Okay, so if someone in America or you apply for you a green card and it's ready, the NVC, National Visa Center, is the one that will send the embassy that information. So this one, your spouse has applied, you've been petitioned, you've qualified, that's all they will look at, okay? I don't see why people have different jobs. Why would they deny you because your husband has a traveling job in and outside the country? In my opinion, that should not be a problem. But make sure you get that appointment the way they told you, within 120 days. Follow directions, follow instructions, okay? All right, moving on, we're almost done. Be patient. I'm determined to finish this question, so I move to the next group. I have a sister in USA who would want to invite me over, but the problem is my dad went there to visit her and did not come back. He's illegally there. Does that work against me? Well, if they know about it, yeah, it's not looking very good for your family, okay? But it's not you. Your father is an adult. But what I like about this country, if someone is an adult, you are not responsible for their mistakes. I hope so. It's not looking good for the family though. It gives a bad impression, okay? But will they deny you based on that? I don't know. If her record shows she had a visitor who is illegally there and he's my father, or can I just use a tourist visa and not show any links to my sister, and will the link to my father that appear anyone? Don't say the truth. That's exactly what I said here. They will deny you visas for life. Okay? Go there under your own merits. What are you applying for? You didn't say what kind, or to visit, okay. Yeah, it's not looking good for your family, okay? It's not looking good. But as I said, you are independent people. Maybe they will respect you for saying the truth. I will not try to say lies. Because when you come to America and now your sister is ready to file for you, they will ask you, she will never file for you. Do you understand? Your sister is an American citizen. You come to America, she wants to file for the sister a green card. She will never, because you denied her. Do you see how these things are? You think you're just providing the embassy information now? It's your record for life. This record will never go anywhere. It's your record for life. This is your record for life. Always think like that. When you come here, you deny that you have a father. Because, hey, if I say my mother is in America and she's a US citizen or something, they will deny you. Okay, you do that. Now you come here through your lies, right? You reach here. Then you realize, oh, my mom is a citizen. She can actually file for me a green card. Well, you denied her. According to the US, you are not the father, you are not the daughter or son. Repercussions. Are you see, like when Janet is saying these things, decoding the embassy, it's not magic. It's common sense. It's common sense. The people that tell you to use these white lies and you change these blank, or lie on the bank statement, they are too smart. The computers are too smart. So your mother is here already. If you deny her or you deny your father, when you reach here, and your father, you know how these older people have benefits. Usually they have green cards and they can file for their children. But you deny them in the embassy. And I always tell, if you've listened to me for a long time, I tell people, you go to the embassy, well, where are you going? North Carolina to see my cousin, visiting visa. No, visiting visa. Then you reach the port of entry. What brings you here? I was thinking, to go to Virginia and get a student visa and stay. They will turn you at the back. And you always hear people will return you because they tell you it's not a guarantee to come in. That is what they mean. Those are big lies. Because the embassy back home said you are going to visit. That information flies immediately. As soon as they say, save. Do you understand? Take that embassy seriously. It's a server, my friend. It's storing even a full stop. It's storing even a spelling error. As soon as you reach at the port of entry, that person is looking to match what the embassy has said. Think like that. As soon as I say save, the record is worldwide in all the embassies. The record is worldwide. Save. As soon as that person says save at that window, that is your record. That's what you've given them. And that's what they will go for. So if they return you at the port of entry, they're not being mean. They're just telling you, you told them you're coming to visit. Go back and get a student visa. Because now this person at the port of entry is just genuinely confused. You say you're going to visit in North Carolina, and now you've reached here, say, visiting is not, I've heard Janet Rangi saying, visiting has you can't even work, you can't even drive. Me, I want to become a student. Then, I was thinking of changing to a student visa in Virginia. Go back to the embassy, get a student visa, sorry. And everything was valid. That's how people are returned. They don't return people at the border for unnecessarily, okay? All right, so say the truth. That's what Janet is saying. And I always say, die on your own sword. There's nothing as good as dying on your own sword, my friends. Do your best. If things don't work out, that was your best. There's nothing you can do. Accept as it is, okay? But in this case, by the way, watch Janet Rangi videos on embassy. I even teach you how to dress, how to interact, eye contact. So those little things, they count. I have an I-20 to join graduate school in fall, September. Congratulations. I've been accepted to the MBA program, Business Analytics. Congratulations. At the embassy, I've been told they may or will ask me, why do you want to go to USA for an MBA when you can get the same at a local university in your home country? Again, the same question I told the person who was coming for nursing. It's graduate school, by the way. That is a good thing. That means you already have a bachelor's degree. It's because you could not get admission back home. The classes are full. I always tell people the universities back home are not enough. Maybe they just take 50 students. America has given me a chance that my country could not. I feel honored. I feel privileged to have gotten this admission because I tried to get into this program and the classes were full. Okay, they only take 50 students. I was not fortunate enough to get. Simple answers to simple questions. Okay? My employer prefers to have an American degree. My employer is looking into getting American degrees. Is looking into having the top workers get degrees from overseas. I'll come back on a job promotion. I'm coming here to present a certain skill that the employer is looking for. That skill I'll find in America. Okay, that is just that simple. That's why are you going to America? Because my employer is looking at to finding American graduates. Or I try to get MBA here, the classes are full. I would like to get it this year, but they will admit me next year. You have so many reasons to give. Congratulations. Good luck, okay? All right, number 16. Can someone use soft copy I-20 acceptance letter for embassy interview? That's in the case of your international student officer working from home and she's not in a position to send the hard copy for admission. My friend, can someone use soft copy? Why can't you print? Print! Working from home because of the pandemic, they can, if you have a soft copy, print hard copy, right? I'm confused unless I didn't understand your question. Because if you say the embassy will get a soft copy, what are you going to present? You'll go and give them your PIN number and your password and say, sir, ma'am, can you log into your computer and go to the University of Virginia? This is my ID and this is my password. Log in, you will see that I've been accepted. Or you will go with your laptop. Ma'am, this is my soft copy. This is my soft copy for the person in the university admission officer could not give me because she's working virtually from home and now I don't have a hard copy. Is that what you will do at the window? Okay? I love you for asking these questions. It's a good question, but think like that. Go find a printer. Now, the signature, make sure the admission officer makes a, these days they have electronic signatures. Okay? Print. Go there with the hard copies, my friend. You are not going for a soft copy. Well, maybe you are joking with the question, but I love the question. Thank you so much. Okay. Is a job within the government a strong tie to my country? Yes. I'm a police officer and I got admission to university. I applied for criminal justice and criminology because it's related in the work. Is that a good enough for the embassy? Very good. First of all, you're a police officer and you're choosing a course that is within your line of training. I love that. And make sure it shows. When you are doing the DS-160, do a good job. Okay? You police officer duties, functions. Things like criminal is showing, investigation is showing. That's what you do. Every day, this is what you do. They bullet points. Very good. When they just see a policeman who has been dealing with the criminal department. Okay? And now this police officer is going to America for criminal. Very good. Okay? All right. Is that good enough for the embassy? In my opinion, it is. I'm not married, so that is your concern. And I don't have children. Student visa is still the best. You have nothing to lose. Okay? You have nothing to lose. That's what I will do. Because that's how 21-year-olds get a student visa. Why? Right? You have to have the correct bank statement. You have to do a good job with the DS-160. Your passport has to be right. You have to show up on time. You have to apply, get the appointment. Like, worry about those things and carry all the documents they need. Because if they can give you a 21-year-old, they can give you. because you're already working, you're a police officer, and you're still in the same line of, and then you other things like mannerism, answering your questions. By the way, sometimes you can have everything, but you are not matching your papers. I've always told you, someone has a very strong application, but they show up at the window, they can't even communicate. Hi. What takes you to America? No, you're going to show like you strike a conversation, be human. Let them have that one-on-one interaction. There should be no moment of silence. They're either talking or you are talking. Of course, you're not coming up. You are not too wordy. Okay? I understand us who did not grow up here. Sometimes we can be very wordy. Okay? If you listen to these people, the way they do communication skills in school is to the point. They answer directly to the question. Okay? It's directly to the question. I've seen even on TV here when I come, people that have an accent who did not grow up here. You can tell they're usually very wordy, talking too much. When they ask one thing, they have elongate the discussion. No. But of course, stick to the point. Do not digress. Okay? But make sure there's that striking conversation, smiling, eye contact. So those little things are the ones that can make a difference sometimes. And you wonder why this 21-year-old got and you did not. Maybe the confidence. They just showed. Remember, the embassy has a duty to the universities. The university wants competent students. And if your communication skills are not to par, they cannot understand if you are going to meet the rigorous education. So match your papers. If you're showing up with your PhD, how you talk should be reflecting PhD status. You understand? Like, they should be able to see, because they're assessing you for the sake of the university. They're like the watchdogs on the border. Like, why would they bring a student who has no communication skills in English? Do you understand? Unless English is not your first language and you're coming for English. But if you're coming as a student, they need to see that you're competent. Do you understand? Okay. Keep watching Janet Rangi videos, all right? Okay. How about my last page? And then I'm done. How can a dyslexic student go about the embassy interview, especially those who have information processing disorder? Good question. Good. And I'm glad you are having a strong desire to succeed. Even with dyslexic, you're determined. In America, they usually have provisions for disability. Okay, so you want to call the embassy ahead of time to make arrangements. I can't answer that question, but I know the federal government is very good with accommodating all kinds of disabilities. Okay, even they have interpretation services. But in this case, dyslexic, you're processing information. They need to know this, because if you're responding very slow, they need to understand that it's not because of you, it's because you have a disorder. Okay, so you need to communicate to the embassy. When you are doing the this 160, you can make a comment there that you have dyslexia. You have a disability, okay? And they will accommodate you and they will understand, and they'll be very patient, okay? Personally, if I have a client that is dyslexic or they have a staggering or something, I give them time. If I go and pick a patient from my room and they have a wheelchair or they have a walker, I help them. I arrange my office to make sure it can accommodate a wheelchair, okay? I hold their hand, okay? So we are trying to do these things. Do you understand? So they will accommodate you, no worries. Thank you so much for sharing your disorder. Go read about dyslexia. Some of you don't know what it is. Go read, okay? Number 19. Must one carry their old expired passport along with the current new one? You have nothing to lose, carry. How about that? Very simple question. I love simple questions like those. What do you have to lose? Okay, don't forget. In fact, carry. Okay, carry. Number 20. If my sponsor is working and living in another country like Sweden, will the embassy accept their bank statement? 100% they should. That is your money. If you're married, that is family funds. That's my opinion. A very strong opinion, okay? I think that is your money. Because you just said, yeah, if my sponsor is working, sorry. You say sponsor, not spouse. There's a difference. Okay. If my sponsor is working and living in their country like Sweden, will they? Yes. That goes back to the beginning of the video where I had doubts. My sponsor was American. Okay. And he was not my relative. Okay. It was a Caucasian man from Ohio. I will never forget. And he came to visit me. When I finished my exams, he came with a boyfriend. That was my first time to meet gay people. Okay? He had rings all the fingers say. As you can see, Janet, I'm gay. I said, okay. And this is meet my boyfriend, because he's the one wearing the rings. And then they gave me rice and they took care of my son, changing diapers. I loved him. He was busy changing diapers for my son nicely, and took me to New Jersey from Vermont and made a bed for me. And then when I was shopping, he was color matching my bed sheets. No, Janet, no. He would go and say, no, we need bed sheets that match the pillowcase. And he was picking for me, and the plates in the kitchen, brought me home, arranged for me the living room, put the sofas nicely, made sure I had everything. I was not related to this man. He was Caucasian. He was my sponsor. Okay? So, yeah, I guess it shouldn't be a problem. Question number 21. If I get acceptance letter from 2 different universities, can I use one that requires less amount in bank statement at the embassy? But once I go to the other, once I get there, I use the other one. No, you can't do that. You need to decide. Why? I'll be very specific with you. This is very serious, because they have something called ICE. ICE controls international students. Whatever school you tell them, you better show up in that school. So make that choice now. For me, I will go with the cost, not necessarily the bank statements, because that will affect you. If 2 schools, it could be having a less requirement for bank statement, but when you come here, it's more expensive. Choose the one that is, is working for you best. Okay, think like this. Okay, think like this. I will be stuck with this decision, at least for 1 year or for the first semester. So wherever school that you, by the way, maybe I've never said this in my videos. Whichever school you go with, the I-20 is the one that will cross you on the border. And it's the school you are going to until you finish your transfer. So if you're okay with that decision, have that in mind, that I'm going with this, but I will have to stay in that school for 1 year. Okay? I'll have to stay in that school until I get transfer. Someone is saying, yes, Liz is like a culture shock. Yes, it was culture shock for me. And me, stupid me, I was just, maybe I guess I talked too much. I asked him, I say, yeah. Oh, okay, so you are not attracted to women? He's like, no. That's what he told me. And he was just doing his rings like this. He was just doing this. He was, have I ever told you my story? I came here, I went to Vermont, okay? And I passed my exams, record time. And this guy said, you know what, Janet, I've seen people come from India and Philippines, your friends there, and they've been studying for 6 months. I don't want you to take that exam, Janet. Please, take your time to read. And me, I'm like, no, I'm pregnant. I have to pass this. If I don't pass, I'm going back home. 30 days, record time. I saw this white girl in the cafeteria. Where is Janet? She comes and hugs me. Her face has turned pink. I'm like, what's happening? She said, Janet, you passed the exam. This man flew from Ohio with a boyfriend. He was the girlfriend. He was the female one. I don't know why he was taller than the boyfriend. Looked shorter to me, and he came now with the ring. Says, yes, Janet, as you can see, I'm gay. And I said, okay. And that time he told me, Vermont is the only state in the United States that allows civil unions. Those days they never used to allow gay marriage. But that state had something called civil unions. So I'm going to the park and we are just walking. I just see men and dating men and women dating women. I say, okay, all right. Well, thank you for letting me know. And I say, you're not attracted to women. I said, no. This is my boyfriend. I said, okay. All right. But that was my sponsor. Okay. He liked my son so much. All right. Okay. So good luck. That is the end of the video. I've covered group 5. The topic today was the embassy. Okay, I hope you learned something. Continue following Janet Rangi on YouTube, janetrangi.com, and here it's Janet Rangi page. Okay, I love you so much. Muchas gracias. Kwaheri. Okay, asante sana. I will see you in the next video. Okay, someone is laughing with my comments. Well, we all have culture shock. Okay, all right. Muchas gracias. All right, some of you are very patient with the video. You stayed in this class. Yeah, it means it wasn't very boring. Okay, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go and buy my daughter a TV. She's been wanting TV. Mommy, TV in my room. I'm gonna connect for her a TV. I went hiking already. Can you imagine? I went hiking. I don't know what I will do without that hiking place. That is just my savior. Anytime I have issues in my life, the first thing at 8 in the morning, I drive my car like 20 minutes with my binoculars, and I go into the hiking fields, and I enjoy myself. So I'm feeling fresh, okay? And after this video, I'll go buy my daughter a TV, come connect for her a TV, and I call it a day, okay? I will see you in the next video. So I'm not sure which group is coming next. I already did group 6, okay? So whichever the group is, we will see. Someone says you're wonderful, okay? Yeah. M1 visa, remember to read about M1 visa. You can come for cooking, technical courses, mechanical classes, flight school, cosmetology, okay? Some of you say, Janet, I know how to braid, I like to make makeup. You use M1 visa. That will bring you to America. It's very easy. Most people qualify for M1, okay? Claire says, Claire Kinyi says, we love you, Janet, okay? Someone says, Davis, no, it wasn't boring. Thank you so much. Gertrude says it was informative. Yeah, you stuck around. Thank you so much. Mai is like, we love you, Janet. Okay, muchas gracias. Until the next video, I love you so much. Laura is like, thank you so much. I've learned a lot today. Okay, and Kinjo says it was very nice. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Great insight. Daisy, you're the last one. Love you so much. Checking out. Peace. Bye.